Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we'll talk about variables and data type in JavaScript. In the previous sessions we have talked about importance of JavaScript and how to write your first program in JavaScript. For those who are new to my channel, please go and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. In this video we'll cover the below topics, that are what is a variable, how to declare and assign a variable to a variable. Then we'll talk about primitive data types in JavaScript. We'll also see what is a dynamic typing in JavaScript. And also we'll cover about a bit on why exactly we use camel case and how to use camel case. I know it's already common thing for others who already know different languages, because it's a quite common use case or quite common way in which we declare a variable, or we can say a name a variable in JavaScript. So it's common across language, but yeah, I'll just cover it in just short description on this. And then we'll cover about reserved keyword in JavaScript, and also we'll see what are the rules to name a variable. So before starting, I would like to remind again, for those who are new to my channel, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel, and also press the bell icon for more updates. Talking about variables, so variables is nothing but a kind of a container which contains your value. So for instance, let's say I want to type, or I want to use a value, for example, let's say 10. So I want to say like I am 10 years old and my roll number is 10. So in this case, if you see, we are using this 10 many places, right? So there are ways in which either you can write 10 at many places, or you can save this value in one variable and use the variable at many places. So I'll just give an example. I'll go to my Visual Studio Code and I am here. So this is the code that I have written in the previous video. So please go and check my previous video to see how to write a code over here in an external file, a JavaScript file, and add it into your HTML file. So talking about that again, so let's say I want to write one value and I want to, let's say, print a value which says my age is 10 years. And let's say I want to print one more thing, let's say my house number is 10. So now when we run this code, so let me open my browser again, refresh. So you can see it's printing these two values over here. So this is the correct output, nothing wrong in this, but you can see there are two values, that is 10 is repeated multiple times over here, right? So either you can do one thing, you can write 10 at multiple places, or you can do one thing is like you can assign this value to a variable and use that variable at many places. So in this case, you are saving your sum of the effort and you're saving your value in a variable. And that's why we say variable is a kind of a container that hosts value, and you can use this container or the variable at many places without repeating the value again and again. So for instance, if I type a name over here, let's say by var, I will say why exactly we're using var, and then I say, let's say number, and I give 10 over here. I can use the same thing over here. So I will just quickly delete it, and I will give over here, and I will give this over here. So if I refresh, so you can see same output is coming here also. Now the only difference is like we have saved this value over here. So now if you want to write or use 10 at multiple places, you can simply write all your code and then just simply use this number variable over here and use it. So that's why we say variable is a lot used term nowadays, and anyways it's very basic concept, but yes, variable should be used across your programming. So that's it about variables. So we have already discussed about what exactly is a variable, and now we'll see how to declare and assign a value in a variable. So I'll just delete this. In JavaScript, we can declare a value in a variable by typing a keyword called var, and then typing the variable name, that is, let's say my age, and I can provide any values over here. So let's say I want to say 20. And yes, that's done. So in this particular statement, you can see we are doing a declaration of a variable as well as assignment of a variable. We can do the same thing in two steps. That is, I can provide or write something like this, my age, that is this line is for declaring. So I can just comment and say declaring, and I can assign the value over here as well. And I can say assignment. So this is a way in which you can declare and assign a value. You can do it in 2 lines of code, you can do it in 1 line of code as per your convenience. Now we'll talk about data types in JavaScript, or we can say primitive data type in JavaScript. So I'll go to my next slide. So we have basically 5 types of primitive data types in JavaScript, that is a number, string, boolean, undefined and null. So in this video we'll mostly talk about all of the variables, but we'll cover majorly on number, string and boolean because that's used quite a lot, and the detailed video on undefined and null will be covered up on the upcoming videos when we'll face all these kind of variables in our sessions. So talking about the number variable first of all, or number data types in JavaScript, I'll go back to my Visual Studio Code. So you can see this is a kind of a data type that is called integer. So you can see we are assigning a value over here that is called 20. So this is a integer data type. Same thing we can do is we can provide my age in, let's say, string. So this is the name of your variable and I can provide 20. So this is a way in which you are declaring a string type of a variable over here. And also we have a way of declaring a boolean value. So I can say am I alive, and I can type it as true. So these are the 3 types of data variables or data types, that we can see in JavaScript. That is, this is number, string, boolean. Okay, so now you can see there are different color annotation also given away for different types of data type in JavaScript. That is, you can see 20 is a different color, 20 string is a different color, and this is a different color. So now if I give a print to this particular variable, so I can simply type console.log and hit save, and if I go and refresh my browser, so you can see all these are getting print over here. So you can see there are different lines with different colors which says a different type of data type in JavaScript. So that's all about the 3 data types that I have shown you over here. And talking about undefined is nothing but if you're not defining any value to a data type. For instance, if I go and if I say where again and say my last name, hit enter, or just give a print of this, I will say console.log, save, and now if I go and refresh the browser again, you'll see one more line over here that is undefined, which means the variable is declared but it is not defined, so that's undefined. If I want to save a null value, so we'll say, let's say nullVar, and if I say null, if I give a print to this, and if I refresh the browser, you can see one more value is coming for null. So this is how we can use data types or different kind of data types in JavaScript. So we have already seen over here for numbers, strings, boolean, undefined and null. Now we'll cover the other topics that are what is a dynamic typing in JavaScript. So if you see here, we are giving same type of keyword, that is where, over here for declaring a number or a string or a boolean, or even for say for undefined and null. So this is called a dynamic typing, which means JavaScript is smart enough to identify what kind of variables you're using. For instance, it knows you're using a number kind of data type, so it will directly assign it to a number. So you don't need to give like integer or int like we have in other languages, or we have to give character or string or boolean, anything like that. So this is called dynamic typing in JavaScript, where the JavaScript is smart enough to identify what kind of data type you're using over here and directly assign it over there, rather than giving the specific type in the declaration itself. Coming back to our camel case again, as I told, it's a very basic concept and many people use it and it's used on a day-to-day basis, but I want to cover it because for those who are new to JavaScript should know this, or new to programming. Camel case is nothing but, if you see in this case, that is my age over here, which we use for number. So it contains of 2 words, that is my and age. So the first letter of first word is always small and the first letter of the second word is large. So this is called a camel case. So we can also write something like this. If you want to write for sake like my age, it will work, it will not be a problem. You can see there is no problem over here. But for the sake of simplicity and the sake of standardization, we always use a camel case. So if you have any long name, something like my name in my age in string, so you can see the first letter of the first word is always small, and then the first letter of the other words are always capital, which gives a camel case feel to all the string that is declared over here. Yes, so that's all about camel case. Then we have something called reserved keyword. So if I go back here and if I give a name, for example, let's say default, so you can see there is an error message coming over here which says variable declaration expected. So if I just refresh the browser here, you can see there is a problem which says unexpected token default, because some keywords or some names are already reserved in JavaScript, or in any language some keywords are always reserved which you cannot use. So these are called reserved keywords. So if I give if, it will again fail. If I give else, it will again fail, because these keywords are already used somewhere else in the coding. So you know we have if else, we have default, we have finally. So all these, or there are many keywords which I cannot tell you right now because it's a big list. So please go and check, you can Google it out to get all the reserved keyword if you want to know. So these are some kind of keyword that we should always avoid while declaring any variable. And the last one is the rules while naming a variable. This is also important for those who are new to coding. So if you want to give, let's say I'll just clear this. Let's say I'm giving my age again, and I gave 10, the same example. So you can see as of now I'm not getting any compilation error or any error over here. But if I give something like my space /age, you can see there is an error coming over here which says unterminated regular expression literals, which means like there are certain rules to define a variable. You cannot define something like this. You can provide underscore, you cannot provide a slash, you cannot provide, I believe, a star, you cannot provide an underscore, or sorry, an AND operator. Similar thing goes over here in the starting. So I always recommend everyone to use the standard approach for naming your variables, and always give a meaningful name to the specific functionality on which you're using. So for instance, in this case, I'm using age for myself, so I have given my age. If you want to use anything like first name, last name, so you give something like first name or last name, and use camel case but obvious for declaring or naming your variable. So that's it. So in this video, if you have seen, we have covered multiple topics about variables and data types. So we have covered what is a variable, how to declare and assign a value to a variable, what is primitive data type in JavaScript, what is dynamic typing in JavaScript, camel case in JavaScript, reserved keyword in JavaScript, and rules while naming a variable in JavaScript. So that's all for today's video. Please do like, subscribe my channel, and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank you. Bye-bye.